Alexandra, one of the reasons Bowen says we need to buy more of these cars is that other countries are buying them. So, and of course, you know, we have to be like other countries, that goes without saying. But is it true? Are they popular overseas?
Well, the reason that Bowen didn't just say how great are e-cars, you know, how wonderful Australians should go out and buy them, he had to announce it with a policy portfolio, is because people aren't buying them in other countries without help. And he's about 10 years behind the rest of Europe because Europe had incentives and now they've decided that those incentives are a waste of taxpayer money. And even places like Germany and Norway, who are the most green, let's embrace e-car people, have decided that no, we're going to stop funding e-cars and let the market sort it out because they're not getting anywhere with them. And as soon as the e-car incentives were dropped, people have stopped buying them because, again, they haven't gotten anywhere. And when you've got subsidies, there's no demand for the market to improve its product.
Well, they put those subsidies right into their manifesto, didn't they, Alexandra? The manifesto Powering Australia. There's an interesting line in it. It says, quote, 2 in 3 Australians say they would consider buying an electric car, but the upfront cost is keeping them locked out, unquote. Now, only a big spending government would then conclude that the logical solution is to subsidise the cars. This is just an illusion as a saving. Alexandra, does the government think that consumers are so stupid that they don't realise that they're paying for the subsidies anyway?
Well, there were two problems. Forget the fact that the taxpayer pays for the subsidies. Most people will ignore that. Plenty of people are willing to try things if you give them to them basically for free. That's sort of a sweetener. But the public has to be very careful because what's happening in Europe is as they basically ban petrol cars, say, here's all this cheap, lovely e-cars, you know, we'll help you get them. And then they withdraw the subsidies, they withdraw the free parking, they withdraw the tax perks, and all of a sudden you've got a product that's twice as expensive, does half as much as you want it to, and there's no backup anymore. You can't retract. So Bowen is saying, you know, come and buy these e-cars, they'll be wonderful. Just ignore the fact that we're going to take away your choice in about 2 years. So the public should be aware that it's not just what they pay today, it's what they're going to pay in 5 years' time and for the rest of time.
It's also how they're going to charge the things. Most of these things are going to be plugged in at night, and we're heading towards renewable energy. Alexandra, where's the flaw in this plan?
Okay, there's a pretty serious flaw, and when I pointed it out yesterday in The Spectator, I got screamed at by the entire forces of the left because the problem is lithium. Now, unlike silicon, which is in technology and it's everywhere, lithium is vanishingly rare, and we've known there's a problem with lithium coming since about the 90s when the tech industry panicked because it's in every phone and every TV and every laptop. And suddenly they thought, oh, we've got about 200 years worth of lithium, it should be fine. But then e-cars came along and renewables, solar, wind, battery farms, it's all lithium intensive. And so now we've got the problem of we don't have enough lithium for all the battery cars for a start, so we can't actually build the cars. Then, as you say, we've got to plug them into the grid to charge them, and Bowen's all for the renewables. Then you've got to build more solar, more wind, more battery farms from the same lithium source, making the cost of lithium more expensive and making both those technologies more expensive. Forget that you can't even, there's not enough to build them. So there's a huge problem and flaw in this system coming, and Bowen has not even been questioned about it, let alone does he have a solution.